Well, good evening, everybody. This is Byron Belka calling in from our corporate headquarters here in American Fork, Utah, and I'm excited to be able to share a little bit about who we are and what's going on here at Rain International. Um, and I guess the best way for you to really understand where we're going is you need to have a picture of where we've come from and what we've done and what we've been through. So tonight, my goal is to take a few minutes, give you an overview, not go into too much detail into any one thing, but give you an overview of kind of who we are. And as I mentioned, my name's Byron Belka. I'm 37 years old. I'm one of the owners and the president of the company. But I didn't start out that way. The first time I heard about Rain, if you're on this webinar for the first time tonight, I was in your shoes not too long ago, a couple years ago, and I was hearing about this opportunity for the first time. Now, I've been in this industry for well over a decade. I started full time when I was 26 years old. I was mentored by some multimillionaires that showed me how to do this right. It took me by the arm, kind of a young punk kid, trying to think I knew what I was doing. And they helped give me the direction and show me how to open up cities, states, and countries. And by the time I was 28, I hit the top level. That first company was getting paid out of 11 different countries. And this has changed my life. This industry's changed my life. I love it. And in the industry of networking or direct sales, network marketing is what I have fallen in love with. And network marketing done wrong, I'm here to tell you, is your worst nightmare. It really is. Network marketing done right is a fairy tale. And there's some key components that you need as I've learned over the years for a company to be successful. And I want to share a few of those with you tonight. But the first time I sat down and I heard about Rain, they told me that, Byron, we're the first company in this industry to focus on the source of nutrition, to go where it all started, and that is the seed. We're the first company to focus on the seed. And I remember the first time I heard this, even though I'd seen a lot of success in my first company, and I was, as I mentioned, getting paid out of multiple countries, there were some things that really kind of, after doing that for years, were some frustrations that I had. I was looking for something for the masses. I was looking for something that I could get passionate about, that I could look people in the eye again and say, this is it. This is the real deal. Because even though I was able to see a lot of success, I was in an older company and an older plan that really pushed people out, had minimums and quotas and things that you had to do. And I didn't join this industry, to make money off my friends and family. I got involved in this business and in this industry to make a difference and to make money with my friends and family, to go out there and change lives. And I've seen a lot of rags to riches stories. I've seen a lot of people benefited by powerful products, but I've never seen anything as powerful as what I'm about to share with you tonight. And that's why I'm here. And so when I heard about this seed concept for the first time, it was very, very simple, but powerful. If you've been around this industry at all, you know all the different stories about things that have been found on the other side of the world, or the dark side of the moon, or at the top of a mountain underneath the bush. And you got to kind of wrap your head around, do I really believe what they're saying? Can I get behind that? And when I heard, the source of nutrition is the seed, there's 20 to 30 times more active ingredients in the seed, gram for gram, than any other part of a fruit or vegetable. Even though there's the science to back it up, I didn't need it. It just made sense. I knew that the seed was the source of life. I knew as I look at that tree that DNA had to be in that tree for that tree to be the tree. It had to all be there at the beginning. And so as I've traveled around the world and I've shared different products and different things with people, we're storytellers. I'm telling you a story tonight. I'm sharing with you the story of Rain. And obviously, as you're sharing this, it needs to be based on fact and truth, but people need to understand that. And I thought, as I travel around the world, if I tell people about this story of seeds, it's simple and powerful. And if it makes sense to me, it's going to make sense to people. And so I really got excited. And as I learned more about the company and I learned about how it was structured and all the things that frustrated me in my first situation, how they didn't exist here, I got really passionate and I decided to join. And what I did is I went overseas and I started sharing this with people. And in a couple of months, we were doing hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales. But what shocked me was something that I didn't expect. And that was, I started to see more people have positive experiences on this product in that short time frame, in a few months, than I saw in all my other years combined. And I knew that this was something special, especially when I had people that were close to me that had life-changing experiences, that got on this product and had parts of their life given back to them that they thought they were gone. Then it changed me. And I used to be an opportunity guy, where I was focused more on the business, and I knew that the product had to be powerful and the science needed to be there. But I would focus more on, hey, this is the market that we were just in. This is what we did. We're going to open up this market. Who wants market share? I focused a lot more on business. But when I saw what this product was able to do for people, and people that were close to me and that I was passionate about, I became bulletproof. I was so excited. I mean, I still have a hard time sleeping, seeing the results that we were seeing in such a short amount of time. But what ended up happening behind the scenes, and I didn't know about it at first, was that the company was dissolving the company. The original owners of the company. Here I am with the product, this concept of seeds that I loved, seeing being in the industry and seeing so many products and seeing that this was one of a kind, nothing like it. The science behind it was stellar, how it was affecting people that I cared about. And here the company's going out of business. They're dissolving the company. So what I did is I came and I got some investors and some partners, and we ended up, picking up the pieces, and we bought the company. So as I share this with you tonight, and a lot of times people say, yeah, you're the president. You expect me to say the things that I say. Anybody's going to tell you that whatever they have is the best, right? So you expect me to say that. You're going to say, Byron, you probably say these things, you get paid a lot of money to do it. But it's actually reverse. We paid a lot of money to say what we say and share what we share, because we know what we have is real. We know that what we have is powerful. And I don't want you to just take my word for it. I mean, if we look back in history, I want you to take a look. I love history because it's not Byron's opinion. You can go back and validate for yourself. But if you look at history and you look at this industry from the health and wellness standpoint, you can look back at some of the first companies that started in this industry that started focusing on herbs. Now, something happened. The first companies that did this, they did billions in sales. They've done billions in sales. You can go back and validate it. They've created thousands of millionaires from normal people just like me, and they help millions of people. After herbs, there were some herbs that were kind of, difficult to swallow or taste because they didn't taste good. So some companies started putting them in pills and capsules and putting everything into one. And some of the first companies that focused on pills and capsules in this industry, they've done billions in sales. They've created thousands of millionaires from normal people like me, and they've helped millions of people. History tends to repeat itself. After that, there were companies that focused on essential oils. And there's companies today that are reverting back to that, what was done years and years ago, because it was proven to work. And the same things happened. The first companies, billions in sales, thousands of millionaires, and they help millions of people. What was next in this industry? You got all the superfruits, and you probably heard of the acais and the noni and the noni fruit and the mangosteen fruit and the goji berry and the sea buckthorn and whatever, the blueberry this, whatever. All these superfruit and super juices. What happened to the first companies? The exact same thing that happened to the first companies in the other categories. So now I ask people, what could be the next big thing? Well, whether we're talking about herbs or where a lot of the essential oils come from or the superfruits, they all come from one thing. They come from a seed. And we're the first company in this industry to focus 100% on the source, the seed. So I know I'm ambitious. I know I have big dreams. That's just how I am. But you might think I'm crazy. I believe we're going to do billions of dollars in sales. We're going to create thousands and thousands of millionaires from just normal people. And we're going to help millions of people because it's too powerful. We're a category creating company. We're a category creating product. When I tell you, hand me a Kleenex, you're not going to look at me like you don't know what you're talking about. You're going to hand me a tissue. How come I can say Kleenex and you know what I'm talking about? It's because Kleenex was one of the first to market that went out there and captured that market share. Same with Q-tip or a lot of these other things. First to market is critical. We're the first ones to go out there and share this message of seeds and share the power of seeds with the world. Now, as I talked about a little bit already why we use seeds. The fact that it's naturally concentrated. Nature's done the work. Here we're not really taking the credit. We're just putting it in a way. Nature's done the work. This is a food. We're just putting it in a way where it's never been put together like this, where it can benefit the masses. So let me tell you a little bit about how we do this. Now, we take these seeds from all over the world and we test them. Obviously, we test them for chemicals, herbicides, pesticides. We clean them. We press the oils out of them using a cold press process. So we don't use heat or chemicals through the cold press process. And then after those oils are out of the seed, we have the remaining part of the seed, which we call the husk. And we grind this husk into what we call a NutriFlour so that your body can pull those nutrients out and absorb those nutrients. We put them in individual packets, and we call it Soul. So what are the seeds, and why do we use these seeds? Well, there have been studies. This isn't just something. Usually, I'm from Utah. And you want to know how a lot of network marketing companies start? There's a bunch of guys that say, let's start a network marketing company. That's the first thought. The second thought is, okay, well, what should we do? What should we focus on? What should we promote? That's the second thought. The thing that I love about Soul is this was a product that existed before the company ever existed. This is a product that was helping children that were coming out of chemotherapy. The doctors out of the University of Maryland and out of the University of Minnesota had been doing studies on because they knew seeds were the most powerful. They were just trying to figure out which ones were the most powerful and had the best and greatest impact working synergistically together. And through their studies and their clinicals on how do you take this kid that has just gone through chemotherapy, and how do you rebuild their immune system using natural products? What's the most powerful method? And seeds was the answer. And not just any seeds, but these ones. The black cumin seed, the black raspberry seed, the Chardonnay grape seed, the D-ribose. This was just not used for the masses. This was used for people that were sick. But every single one of us need to boost our immune system. Every single one of us need to protect our DNA. Every single one of us need these nutrients that the body can then take and do amazing things with. So let me break this down and tell you a little bit about these seeds. Now, the black cumin seed, this is a seed that's been used for thousands of years. It's been mentioned all throughout history. It's mentioned in the Bible. Muhammad stated that black cumin could cure everything but death. Cleopatra used to use black cumin oil on her face, and one of the things that she attributed to, her beauty. They found black cumin in Pharaoh's tombs and King Tut's tomb. This was something they wanted to use in the afterlife and take with them. But we're validating today as to why that was the case. This is not on trial. Write down pubmed.gov, publicmedicine.gov, pubmed.gov. Go type in black cumin or any one of these things that I'm going to tell you tonight. Go see all the different studies that have been done on them. Go Google it. Go check it out for yourself. This is not on trial. I mean, there's 6 patents already on black cumin, 5 of them in the US, 1 of them in the UK. And the thing that I love is every single one of these patents is focused on a different problem and how this can help and support the body. Now, each market's a little bit different on what we can say and what we can't say. This is a food. It's not a drug. I can't make any claims in the US. In other markets, we can say other things. But go do your own due diligence. Go check it out for yourself. I tell people there's no such thing as a miracle product. I don't believe in it. There's no such thing. The body is the miracle. If you give your body what it needs, it can do what it needs to do. If it doesn't have it, it can't do it. Give your body what it needs and let your body do it. All right, but you have to do it, and you have to give it those nutrients. The black raspberry. Well, before I get into the black raspberry, let me talk about 1 or 2 other things that we learned about with this black cumin, and that is we've learned that not only does it have its own benefits and its properties, one of them being a powerful anti-inflammatory. Okay, why is it important that you have a powerful anti-inflammatory that doesn't hurt the kidneys and the liver? Well, if you go and do all your research on a lot of the studies that are coming out, what are they saying? Inflammation is a precursor to what? Just about everything negative. If you can lower the inflammation in the body, you can also lower the pain. And that's the number one testimonial that I get as I travel around the world. Who do you know that's dealing with inflammation and pain? Who do you know? We all know somebody, if not a lot of people, or we're dealing with it ourselves. And even if you don't feel the pain, we have inflammation in our bodies. We need to control it. Long-term inflammation is the problem that causes a lot of other things in the body that you don't want to be dealing with. All right? And so not only does it do that, besides all the essential fatty acids and stuff that I'm going to get into, but we've learned that whatever you mix black cumin with, it's a magnifier. It intensifies the effectiveness of whatever it's mixed with. You mix black cumin with vitamin C, the vitamin C is more effective. Anything you mix it with. So as we mix all these other ingredients together, it's the catalyst that helps get not only, get it to different parts of the body because of the essential fatty acids that are in it, but it makes it that much more effective. Now, if we look at the black raspberry, once again, you can go do your own research on this itself. And as you go look at these studies, remember, you're most likely seeing the studies on the fruit, but the seed is 20 to 30 times more potent. All right. So this helps optimize blood glucose levels. It helps distribute blood evenly through the tissue. It helps protect the joints as it breaks down the uric acid and the crystallization of the uric acid in the joints. There's a lot of benefits. It helps the firming of tissue and skin, which obviously women love. But we mix it with the black cumin, which makes it that much more powerful. Now, tonight, my goal isn't, I could take an hour on each of these ingredients. That's not the goal. My goal is to give you the overview tonight. So I'm just going to kind of brush over each of these things. The Chardonnay grapeseed. Now, has anybody heard the word resveratrol? That's a buzzword right now. It's the most powerful anti-aging antioxidant that we know of on the planet. Who wants to slow down the aging process? Who wants to age more gracefully? We need to protect our DNA. Really, aging is the breakdown of your DNA. Your body and your cells don't replicate as good as they did decades ago. It's getting damaged. If you can protect that and slow down the oxidation, just like metal's going to oxidize outside in the weather, your body's oxidizing. You need oxygen to survive. It kills you a little bit every day. We need to do those things that we can to slow down that process and the oxidation of our bodies. That's why antioxidants are powerful. Now, this product we just took through Brunswick Labs. And Brunswick is kind of the foremost authority for an ORAC score, your antioxidant potency. I'm excited to announce that we're the first company in this industry to get an ORAC 5.0 score. What's a 5.0 score? Where there's not just one type of radical in your body. There's 5 main families or 5 main categories. And just because somebody has a high antioxidant rating doesn't mean that you're covering all the different radicals in your body. Our product Soul does just that, covers all 5 radicals in your body. And the results that we got, the score, the ORAC score on a 2-ounce packet, that's a serving packet that you see on the screen, is 8,990 ORAC. 8,990. Okay, now what does that mean? Well, I was dealing with products in the past that a month's supply of the product was 50,000. I almost have 10,000 in one packet here. Folks, this is a powerhouse product, and we didn't even design it. It wasn't designed to be an antioxidant product. That's just one of the benefits of it. If you have 8 to 10 servings of fruits, 8 to 10 servings of vegetables, and 2 to 3 servings of healthy fats every day, you're going to get about 72 to 7,300 ORAC, okay? Which most people aren't getting that. This is 8,990 ORAC. In fact, Brunswick was so excited about the studies, they came back to us. They're teaming up with the FDA. They want to do 2 more studies, and they're doing them right now on the anti-inflammatory benefits of the product and the anti-aging benefits of the product. Now, when you have third-party companies coming to you, wanting to use your product and wanting to use kind of your product as the standard, guys, you're on to something. I'm telling you what, you're on to something. And the beautiful thing is you know about this before 100th to 1% of the people probably in your town even know we exist. You're hearing about this early in the game. And I'm going to talk about why that's important here in just a minute. Now, D-ribose is another key component of this. Now, this is a 5-carbon sugar. Now, don't be afraid when you hear sugar. Most sugars are 6-carbon sugars. Your body has to break it down to 5 carbons to be able to utilize, turn into ATP used for energy. And through that process of going from 6 carbons to 5, you're going to have obviously your blood sugar levels increase, and the insulin is going to be needed. But when it's already a 5-carbon sugar, that process, it doesn't happen. It's not going to spike the blood sugar levels. So in fact, this actually helps in maintaining blood sugar. And so if people are on insulin, I usually tell them to watch out. If they start taking this, make sure that their blood sugar levels don't go too low, because it's going to help. And we've seen a lot of people benefit with blood sugar maintenance. D-ribose is one of the reasons. This helps with anti-anxiety. anti-stress. I love that it improves sleep, but it also helps with concentration and fatigue. It helps you sleep better, but it helps with stamina. It's powerful stuff. The best way to describe D-ribose is just that cellular energy. Like I have a little 3-year-old. He has tons of energy. He goes, and then all of a sudden he's asleep on the couch. And then he wakes up and he goes. I've always thought, man, if I can take that energy and bottle it and sell it, I'd be a millionaire. Well, that's D-ribose. That's what we have right here. Powerful product. And so you put all these things together, and even though it sounds like 4 little simple ingredients, it's a lot more than that, because we're not just using one part of the seed, we're using the whole seed. And in an industry where people are always trying to outdo each other, someone puts this much vitamin C in products, so somebody else tries to put more or match it. There's this big competition. I tell people, just because you put 50 violins in an orchestra doesn't make it sound better. There needs to be a synergy. It needs to work together. That's exactly what soul is all about and how soul works. And so this is really what the product's about. Now, there's one other component that I want to touch on, and that is the essential fatty acids that are in this product. Now, when you hear fat, a lot of people don't like that word, but we need it. We have 60 trillion cells. 55% of every cell membrane is fat. You need it. The problem is we're not getting the right types of fats today, right? You have 55% of your skin is fat. That's probably the number 2 testimonial that I get as I travel around the world. And I don't know, when I travel to Indonesia and Malaysia, I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of the equator or the oils that they're eating, but I've never seen more skin conditions or weird skin conditions there. These bad fats, they don't allow oxygen to get to the cell. You need healthy fats, and the only way you're going to get and replace the bad fats is you have to replace them with good. You have to clean oil with oil. Just like when you get in the shower, if you're sweaty, if you just use water and you don't use soap, which is an oil, you're not going to feel clean. If you want to get that oil off your skin, you need to use oil. This soul is like shampoo for the inside of your body. Antioxidants are going to clean out the bad fats. Water is not going to clean out the bad fat. You need a healthy fat. You need good fat to clean bad fat. We need it every single day. Your brain is 60% fat. And they're saying the Alzheimer's is the shrinking of the brain. It's losing its fat. Just like a door with hinges, that are squeaky. You put oil on the hinges, it runs smoother. Try to go on a low-fat diet and think clearly. Try it. Cut fat out of your diet and try to think clearly. We need healthy fats. And we have omega-3s, 6s, and 9s in this product. Now, omega-3s, where do most people get them? They're going to get them from fish oil. Where do we get them? From seed. Omega-3 is an anti-inflammatory. It helps with anti-inflammation in the body. It helps fight against that. Okay, omega-6s, where do most people get it? Animal fat. Now, animal fat causes inflammation in the body. Okay, it's an omega-6, it causes inflammation in the body. Omega-6 from seed doesn't. It doesn't cause inflammation. All right, so these are the right types of essential fatty acids that you need in your body every single day. That's where, when you hear the word essential, that means your body doesn't make it. You need to consume it. Your body doesn't make it. So let me talk about 2 business principles right now. Now, if you're looking from a business standpoint, who do you know that's eating bad fats? Who do you know that probably needs essential fatty acids? Everybody needs them, first off. But if you're going to be focusing on a product, what kind of product do you want to focus on? Do you want to focus on a product that only a small demographic needs? Who needs what we have? Everybody from cradle to grave. Everybody. We've got the largest demographic out there from cradle to grave. Everybody needs our product. The second thing is, this is a product that disappears. Just because you take them today does not mean that you don't ever need them again. You need them tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. If you're going to be focused on something, you want something that disappears. Why? Because you're able to create a residual income with that. You don't want something that has a lifetime guarantee. No one else is going to need it again. And so there's some business principles that we have with this product. Soul is not just a supplement. Soul is essential. This is a food. It has the essential fatty acids, essential nutrients, essential cell protection that you're going to need and that people need to maintain health. So, some of the partnerships that we have a unique partnership with the manufacturing facility where this product is made. One of the owners is the owners of Orb 6. It's a back office software provider that monitors the teams, the organizations, the sales. If you decided to do this business with us, you have the person that is not only an owner of Orb 6, is an owner here, which is critical. Just to show you some of the offices that we have around the globe, we're in Indonesia. We've got 5 offices in Malaysia. Here's our European headquarters in Budapest, Hungary. We also have offices in Hong Kong, Singapore. We're getting ready to go into the Philippines. And then we've got our corporate headquarters that we'd love you to come out and visit us here in North America as we're getting started here. Now, we have a unique scenario here in the fact that usually when you hear about a ground floor opportunity in North America, when you hear of a company saying, we have a ground floor opportunity, and it's coming from Utah, it's usually a concept. It's not proven. Nobody knows what's going to happen in the next couple of years. Nobody knows if people are going to like the product. Does the compensation plan pay? It's a concept. Now, the benefit and beauty of Rain International is we took over this company. We took over, actually, the company before us failed. What we did is we started a company, bought the assets, picked up the pieces, and continued to push forward. But we started overseas. So when we took this over, we needed to focus, where we had people and help them, get where they needed to get and get things in place. And so now we're ready to come to North America. So we're coming to North America right now. We have thousands of people that are joining us every single month. We're doing millions a month in sales. And now we're coming here. So it's a ground floor opportunity, but it's proven, guys. I hope you understand how powerful that is. We're coming to the biggest network marketing market on the planet. $31 billion in sales last year. $31 billion and growing. It's up from the year before, which was up from the year before, which was up from the year before. But now we have a track record. We're not a risky company. We've been doing this for years. Like, as I mentioned, we don't have debt. We have all these things in place, and now it's time to come to the biggest market in the world. That's going to take us to how many other markets in the world? And we're coming from a position of strength and a position of, once again, we can show people the numbers. We're not just a concept out there. So, one of the things that I love about what we're doing is we're a team approach. Some of the companies or the company that I was a part of is the way that it was structured, that everybody was an island by themselves. And it wasn't really a team approach. We don't build wide. One of the ways that we pay is we build down. And the reason that we do that is so that we can benefit more people. When we go open up Mexico after we open up the United States and get things going here, and we go open up other countries in Central and South America, and we go open up other countries in other parts of the world, where do they have to go? They have to go down. We have to build down. Now, there's some timing that we're talking about and some benefits of being here now and hearing about this now. Now, I'm not going to, as I talk about the compensation plan, I'm not going to go through a whole compensation plan training. We have that online. You can see it if you have any questions. But here's what you do need to understand. This is like my dream comp plan. When you have distributors that took over a company. The first thing that we did when we took this company over is we changed the compensation plan. What did we do? We made it better for the distributor, better for the Rain partner. We have things that I've never seen in this industry. We have things that obviously you've probably seen before because we want to use things that are proven. Guys, I've heard people say, well, we have this unique compensation plan. It's brand new. It's revolutionary. I don't want to guinea pig on people's people. I don't want anybody to guinea pig on me and figure out if something works or not. We're going to take things that are proven in the in this industry, and we've made it better. We built upon it and made it better, and that's exactly what we've done. And I'll go up against anybody. I really will. If anybody else from any other company will open their books and show me what they pay people, I'll show them what I pay people. I don't think anybody is going to pay what we pay. I see it go out every single week. And we already have people. Guys, we took this company over 2.5 years ago. And a year and a half into it, we already have millionaires. How does that happen? It's because the comp plan works. It's not because somebody got a special deal. It's not because any of these things. We don't do that. The comp plan is good enough. And if people go out there and build this business, they're going to be able to change their lives. My goal is to create some of the biggest incomes in this industry right in this company. And I believe we're going to do it. And the reason we're going to do it is because we have a comp plan that will allow that to happen. And you have a person running the show that I can't pay somebody too much money. There's no such thing. Because if somebody is making millions of dollars a month in commissions, it's because they deserve it and because they have an organization that's generating that type of volume. All right. So not only do we have millionaires, we pay weekly. So, we have some people making 15,000 a week and some people making 10,000 a week and 7,000 a week and whatever. But we have a lot of people making $200 or $300 a week, and that changes lives. This is something that the part-time person can do. This is something that the full-time person can do. That's what I want. I want everybody to come and have a place here if they want to. We're in a lot of poor markets. We're in Southeast Asia. We're in Eastern Europe, where people don't make thousands of dollars a month. This is a company for them. This is a compensation plan for them. And it's also for the big people that want to do the big business and make the big incomes. So, I just want people to know we have choices for them. If somebody just wants to try the product, get a box. Get a box of product. You have nothing to lose. We do charge $40 for an activation fee to get the websites and stuff if they want to do the business. If you just want to get on the product, just get on the product. You don't even need to join the business. You have nothing to lose. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if the product doesn't work or you don't like it, get your money back. You have nothing to lose but inflammation. Really. Okay, if somebody wants to do this business, there's really 3 ways for people to get involved. You can be a customer, you can do the business small, or you can do the business big, and we have plans for that. There's some people that want to build it small, just make a couple extra $100, and want some gas money, some extra grocery money. We have a plan for that. Okay, you can go out there and get 4 boxes, $260. We waive the activation, and we'll show you what to do. We have a system in place. We have other people that want to do it big. And for those people that want to do it big and do a big business, we have a plan for that and a kit for that. You're going to need more product for how fast we move and what we're going to do. You need more product for that. And so really, here are your options. And I tell people this. I mean, I know some of you, this might be the first time you've ever heard me. Maybe you've never met me. You don't know me. And so, what if you spend $650, you get 10 boxes of product, and let's say, we don't know what we're talking about. Okay, well, you have $650 in product. Okay, you started a business. I guess you write it off in your taxes as a business loss. Okay, but what if I'm not full of it? What if even a tenth of what I'm sharing with you tonight, and I'm telling you 100% of what I'm sharing with you tonight is true? What if, the risk-reward ratio is not even in the same universe? We have something that nobody else has. We're in front of one of the biggest trends out there, health and wellness. It's not going away. The whole world's not going to wake up tomorrow and not care about how they look and feel. That's not going to happen. What you need something to differentiate yourself in the marketplace. You need to be doing something that other people aren't doing. And I want you to think, what do you do or what have you done in the past to put food on the table? What if you were the only person and the first person to do it? Would your opportunity for income increase? Absolutely. That's exactly what we're talking about. Guys, we've spent the millions of dollars. I'm not asking you to do that. We've spent the millions of dollars, and we're giving you an opportunity to partner up with this and go out there and have something that's unique that can actually change people's lives and build an income for you and your futures and your families, because there's a health crisis out there, but there's also a financial crisis going on. I travel around the world, and I see it everywhere. You name a disease to me. Name any disease. Okay, think of a disease. It's at its all-time high right now. Okay, we're sicker as in the world than we've ever been. Any disease is at its all-time high. And not only that, but even in America, the greatest land, still a lot of people believe in the American dream and the land of opportunity. Okay, at age 65, I want you to think about this. Who do you know that's 65 or older? Less than 1% of people are financially free. Less than 1% of people are in a position where they can just go and do whatever they want whenever they want. And if you have less than 1% of the people being able to get where they want by the age of 65, do you know what I call that? I call it broken. It's broken. Nobody can tell me that that's not broken. Okay? There is a financial crisis going on, and more people, the reason that this industry continues to thrive and is seeing its day is because people are giving up, and not just giving up, but they're not believing in the mirage of job security anymore. They've lost the belief that they're going to work 40 years and get a gold watch and a pension. It doesn't exist. Just like your health, if you want to make sure that you're in a good situation health-wise, you got to do something about it. Same thing with the financial situation. If you want things to be different, you can't keep doing the same thing. If you want a different outcome, you need to put different things in the equation to get that different outcome. Okay, we're not asking for tens of thousands of dollars. We're saying, get some product. Let us show you. our proven system and how we can do this. All right. And so if you look back at some of these companies that have gone before us and done big things, okay, there was a company that I was a part of. It took 5 years for that company to hit 50 million in annual sales. Then what happened is they went from 50 million to 500 million in sales in 18 months once they hit that 50 million in annual sales mark. I know people that were in the right place at the right time. 20 years later, they're still making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month because they're in the right place at the right time. I've been in their cars, I've been in their planes, I've been in their houses all over the world. Okay, they live a different lifestyle. And I maybe I'm jaded that I at a young age was exposed to that, but I've seen it. Now there's another company here in Utah that started, and they did things a little bit different with a different compensation plan that held people in like what we're doing, even better. But it took them 2.5 years to get to 50 million in sales. Then what happened is they went from 50 million in sales to $1 billion in sales in 8.5 months. In 8.5 months. Now, I know people that were in the right place at the right time here too. Some of these people were making a couple $100,000 a week, not a month, a week, because they were in the right place at the right time. So here we're at with Rain. Okay. We're 2.5 years into it. I don't really even count that first year because it was cleanup, but we got to count it because we were here. Okay. We've been doing this for 2.5 years. We've been growing we grow month after month. We've broken 4 million in sales in a month now. Okay, 4 to 5 million a month over a year's time is going to be 50 million in annual sales. We haven't hit it yet, but we're going to. But we haven't hit it yet. You're in the right place at the right time in the biggest market with a ground floor opportunity, with a product that nobody can touch that's changing people's lives, in a concept of seed nutrition. Guys, I hope you get it. I still lose sleep. This is the thing that I've been waiting for. That's why we were willing to do whatever we had to do to make sure this thing went to the world, because it's too big. This is bigger than Byron. This is bigger than me. It's too big. Okay, I'm not going to say that it's not going to be work. It's going to be work. Anything worthwhile is work. It's not going to happen overnight either. It's not going to happen overnight. But for those people that understand what we have and where we're at, okay, I can tell you this. If you don't believe me, we're going to be big now. You're going to believe me later. But it's not going to be belief later. It will be fact, just like the other numbers that I've shown you tonight. And the reason I love to show you these facts is because, once again, it's not my opinion. It's fact. Okay? You can go validate all this stuff yourself. So one of the things that I want to point out is, my mentor was a part of a company when it was small. And he had a desire to go out there and grab 50% of the market share. He wanted all the sales in that company, at least 50% of that, to come through his organization. So when the company was small, he went out and grabbed his piece of the pie. Now, this company, 20 years later, last year did over $3.7 billion in sales. Billion. And 50% of that 3.7 plus billion is still in his organization. Because when the pie was small, he went and got his piece. Guys, the pie is small right now. And we are dividing up the piece of pie. And for those people that get it and understand it, you're going to be in a really, really good situation. Okay, I'm not promising anything because I don't see the future. I'm not going to say everybody on this call is going to be a millionaire. But I'm going to say, if you're going to do something like this, don't you want the factors to be in your favor? At Rain International, the factors are in our favor. They just are. And that's why we continue to grow month after month after month after month. All right? And we're changing people's lives. And the reason we're doing that is because we're giving more to people than we're asking for in return. We have something that's a real value to people. And when you can give something and give more value than you're asking for in return, success is going to be attracted to you because what you have is real. We're builders. We're not takers. Okay? And that's why we're going to continue to grow. And so all I can tell you this is do what you got to do to get where you got to get, but get there quick because we can't stop. We are building down. This thing is moving. Get back with the person that got you on this webinar and tell them what you want to do. Are you going to be a customer? Do you want to try the product? Do you want to do small business or big business? Tell them one of those three. And then what we'll do is we'll show you the plan and the strategy to go out there and make it happen because we have that plan in place. We call it our rain cycle. It's a proven system to make it rain in your organization. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. My mentor used to tell me all the time is make your first million my way, Byron. Make it my way. After you made $1 million, if you want to change it, go out and change it. But he'd made millions and millions of dollars, and he knew it worked. And so that's the exact same thing I'm going to tell you. Make your first million our way. Okay, we have a system in place. Follow the system, and you're going to see growth in your organization. And all I can say is, guys, you can either read about history or you can be a part of it. And I choose to be a part of it, and I hope you do too. I want to thank you for getting on this webinar tonight. My name's Byron Belka. I believe in what we're doing. Hopefully you can feel my passion and excitement, because it is real. And the reason it's real is because I'm seeing it. I'm seeing people's lives change every day. And we need more people out there telling the Rain story and sharing soul with the world and changing people's lives and making a real difference. So I look forward to hopefully seeing you as I'm out and about here in North America, traveling around and the globe as we go around. We got our first international global convention that's happening in September. It's going to be amazing, and we've got some amazing announcements. So hopefully see you soon, and together let's all go out and make it rain. Have a good evening, everybody. Take care.